Welcome to another episode of Explained by AI. Today we're going deep, into the love life of Nicolas Cage.
Oh, wow.
5 marriages. Think of it as a relationship resume,
Yeah.
but a lot more interesting.
Way more interesting.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So I think we're going beyond just the headlines, the tabloids and all that. We want to uncover what these relationships tell us about Cage himself.
Yeah, what makes him tick?
Yeah, his personality.
Okay, so first, a quick rundown of the wives. Patricia Arquette,
Okay.
award-winning actress. Lisa Marie Presley, daughter of Elvis.
Of course.
Alice Kim. Cage was with her for 12 years. Riko Shibata.
The Vegas one.
Yeah, 4-day marriage in Vegas.
Yeah.
And his current wife, Riko Shibata.
Okay, so we're talking actresses, a waitress,
Mm.
a makeup artist spanning decades.
Yeah, it's pretty diverse.
More diverse than some of his movie roles.
Okay, so let's go back to Patricia Arquette. Do you remember that story about the impossible quest? When Cage proposed, Arquette supposedly gave him this crazy list of things to do to win her over.
Yeah.
Like, find a rare J.D. Salinger manuscript, steal a specific car.
Sounds like something out of one of his movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a movie plot.
Exactly. Well, so she later admitted it was a joke, but Cage took it seriously. He actually tried to find that manuscript. I mean, it tells you something about him.
Yeah, like he doesn't mess around.
No, he doesn't.
Even if it's a joke.
Even if it was all in good fun.
He's committed.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he really is.
It's like he approaches relationships with that same intensity we see in his acting.
Exactly. He goes all in. Even if it means, like, chasing after some crazy literary treasure.
Yeah, or rare cars.
Right. This is the guy who owned a dinosaur skull at one point.
That's true. Okay, so speaking of unconventional, Lisa Marie Presley.
Mm-hmm.
We know Cage is a huge Elvis fan, like a mega fan.
Yeah.
I mean, he played an Elvis-inspired character in Wild at Heart.
Imagine marrying the king's daughter.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
got to be like stepping into your own personal Elvis biopic.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not just the Elvis connection, though. Cage bought this huge Elvis memorabilia collection. And he bought a private island around the same time they were together.
Wow. It's almost like he was trying to completely immerse himself in the Elvis world.
Right.
But you have to wonder what it's like psychologically, marrying into such a legendary family.
Yeah, and the marriage was short.
Yeah.
Like just over 100 days. So it makes you think, was this all about Elvis? Or was there a real connection with Lisa Marie?
I mean, we can't just discount the personal connection, They were both celebrities, dealing with the pressures of fame.
Yeah. Okay, next up, Alice Kim. This was his longest marriage, 12 years. They met when she was a waitress,
A waitress.
like so far from the Hollywood scene.
Yeah, and there was a significant age gap between them, so maybe Cage was looking for something different, more grounded, stable.
Yeah, outside the whole Hollywood craziness.
Exactly. This marriage feels different.
Yeah, it does.
Like it represents a different side of him.
And he even bought Kim's family a house. So that's commitment.
For sure. It's not just about the romance, it's about family, building a life together.
Yeah, he seems really invested,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
more than we've seen before.
Yeah,
Okay, then there's Riko Shibata,
yeah,
the Vegas wedding,
yeah.
4 days, and then Cage tried to get it annulled.
4 days. He claimed he was too intoxicated to understand what was going on, which, Vegas. But seriously, you gotta wonder about his impulsivity.
It's like a scene from one of his movies.
It really is.
Right.
Just pure action and chaos.
From a 12-year marriage to a 4-day annulment. It's a
Yeah.
pretty big contrast.
Yeah, he definitely keeps us guessing.
Yeah.
It's like he's constantly going back and forth between stability
Yeah.
and just pure spontaneity.
Yeah. And each marriage gives us a glimpse into those different parts of his personality.
Exactly.
And finally, Riko Shibata, his current wife. She's Japanese, an actress, significantly younger. Their wedding blended American and Japanese traditions,
Oh, wow.
which was a choice that honored Cage's late father.
So we see this pattern again, right? He's drawn to creative women.
Yeah.
Especially those with ties to the arts.
Yeah, but this marriage feels different too, like more deliberate.
Yeah.
He chose the wedding date to honor his father.
It shows a sentimental side to him.
Yeah.
You might not expect that from someone with his wild public image.
And the blending of cultures is really interesting too.
Yeah, definitely.
It suggests he's open to new experiences,
For sure.
stepping outside of his comfort zone.
Right. And the fact that she's Japanese, it adds this layer of cultural depth.
Yeah.
Maybe he's seeking a connection that goes beyond the surface level.
Yeah, something more meaningful.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got these 5 marriages, each one offering a different piece of the Nicolas Cage puzzle.
Right.
What does it all tell us about him?
Well, one thing's for sure. He's not afraid of commitment. I mean, 5 marriages. It takes a certain level of hopefulness, a belief in love.
Yeah.
But he's also impulsive. Remember Erika Koike?
Yeah.
4 days? It's like he's constantly searching for something. Maybe it's stability. Maybe it's excitement. Maybe it's both.
Yeah. But he's not afraid to take risks.
No, he isn't.
He puts his heart on the line.
And that's what makes him so fascinating. He's not afraid to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know, to show his flaws. And in a world where everyone's trying to be perfect, that's refreshing.
Okay, so you've heard about the wives. Now let's have some fun.
Go.
Let's play a game. If Cage were single, hypothetically,
yeah,
and looking for love again,
okay,
who would be a good match?
That's a tough one. But based on what we've seen, maybe someone like Helena Bonham Carter.
Ooh, interesting choice. Why her?
Well, she's eccentric, creative, a strong personality. She's known for her unconventional roles, just like Cage is known for his over-the-top performances.
Yeah, and she's got that British accent.
Exactly. And they would make a very stylish couple.
Okay, so Helena Bonham Carter it is. What about other potential matches? What about Tilda Swinton?
She's an incredible actress, known for her androgynous beauty and her transformative performances. She's not afraid to challenge norms in her work and her personal life.
Yeah, but they haven't worked together
Right.
or been publicly linked.
So it's purely hypothetical.
Right.
But you can see the potential.
Okay, so Tilda Swinton's on the list.
Yeah.
Anyone else? What about Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga!
They're both pretty theatrical.
Yeah.
They love over-the-top performances.
There's a possibility there. They both attended the 2022 Oscars, so maybe they crossed paths. But again, no concrete evidence of a personal connection.
Right. It's all speculation.
All speculation.
It's just fun and games.
Yeah.
We're not actually trying to set anyone up here.
Of course not.
Right.
No, we're just exploring the possibilities, looking for patterns, trying to understand what makes Nicolas Cage tick.
And so we've analyzed the wives. We played a little matchmaking game.
Yeah.
What do you think, listener? Does the pattern of Cage's marriages change how you see him as an actor?
Yeah.
Does it make his on-screen persona even more intriguing? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. And we'll be back with more insights. In the next part of our deep dive into the life and loves of Nicolas Cage. Don't go anywhere. It's amazing how Cage keeps that air of mystery around him, even with such a public personal life, you know?
Right. Yeah, and speaking of mystery, let's go back to Patricia Arquette and her impossible quest. It wasn't serious, but Cage's attempts to actually fulfill it were incredible.
Yeah, he really went all out.
Yeah, he reportedly went to great lengths to try and find that Salinger manuscript.
It shows you how romantic he is, you know?
Yeah.
Willing to go above and beyond.
Yeah, for someone he was clearly smitten with.
Definitely.
And it's not just those grand gestures. Like when he was married to Alice Kim, he showed his commitment in a very real way. He bought her family a house.
Wow. That's a level of generosity you don't often see in Hollywood, you know, bringing the family in like that.
Yeah, it suggests that Cage was really invested in building a life with Kim and her whole family.
Sure.
Okay, now, let's talk about Lisa Marie Presley. Cage's Elvis fandom is well documented. So marrying the king's daughter must have been a dream come true.
I bet. It definitely adds another layer to their relationship. Imagine the conversations they must have had about Elvis, you know, the music, the fame.
Yeah, and don't forget, Cage bought that huge Elvis memorabilia collection.
Right.
And the private island, all around that same time.
It's like he was trying to live in Elvis's world through Lisa Marie.
Right.
But it's important to remember both Cage and Presley denied that Elvis was like the main factor in their relationship.
Yeah, sure, but it's hard to ignore the connection. Maybe he wasn't the driving force, but it definitely adds to the intrigue.
Oh, absolutely. It's this fascinating mix of personal connection and pop culture history.
Yeah. It's easy to get caught up in all these marriages, but we have to remember, each of these women is an individual with her own story.
Yeah.
Like Patricia Arquette.
Oh, yeah.
She's a celebrated actress in her own right.
Absolutely. She's known for those nuanced performances and her commitment to her craft. I mean, she won an Oscar.
Yeah. And she always chooses roles that challenge her.
Yeah. And Lisa Marie Presley. While carrying the legacy of her father, she also carved out her own path as a musician.
Right. She released 3 albums and toured a lot. Her music was different from her father's, though. She blended rock and country and blues.
Then there's Alice Kim, who stepped into the spotlight as Cage's wife, but has been pretty private since their divorce.
Yeah.
And Riko Shibata. She's just starting her acting career.
It'll be interesting to see what she does, now that she's married to Cage.
It's clear that Cage is drawn to women who are creative and independent.
Yeah.
But there seems to be this tension between his desire for stability and his tendency towards impulsivity.
Like the marriage to Alice Kim, that represents stability. But then his quick marriage to Erika Koike, that's the impulsive side.
Yeah, it's like he's always searching for that balance.
And those two extremes.
Like he's living out a real-life romantic drama, both on and off the screen.
And we're all watching. Yeah. So before we wrap up part 2, I have a question for you, listener. Based on what we've talked about, do you think Nicolas Cage is truly a romantic at heart? Let us know in the comments.
It's funny how Cage's personal life, it often kind of mirrors those dramatic and unconventional roles he plays in his films.
Yeah, like he's drawn to intensity, whether it's on screen or in his relationships.
Right.
Maybe that's what makes him such a good actor.
Right.
He brings that raw energy and passion to everything he does.
And he's always kept us guessing.
He has. Remember the time he bought a haunted house?
Oh, yeah, in New Orleans?
In New Orleans.
That's so Cage.
Right. Or when he wore that red leather suit to one of his movie premieres.
The man is a spectacle.
He is.
He's a walking, talking spectacle.
But he makes it work somehow.
He does.
He's got this undeniable charm.
Yeah.
Charisma.
He's not afraid to be himself, even if it means being a little out there.
Yeah, in a world that's obsessed with fitting in, it's refreshing. So let's go back to our celebrity matchmaking. We talked about Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
As a potential good match.
Yeah.
Given her eccentricity and her creativity, what makes her stand out from some of those other names we mentioned?
Well, she's got this unique mix of strength and vulnerability, which seems to be something Cage is drawn to.
Yeah.
And her career choices, they show she's willing to embrace the strange, the unconventional.
Yeah, just like Cage.
Exactly.
What about Tilda Swinton? You mentioned her earlier.
Oh, yeah. She's another good one. She's known for those incredible transformations, androgynous beauty. She's not afraid to challenge the norm.
Yeah, in her work and in her personal life.
Exactly.
But again, they haven't worked together or been publicly linked.
So it's all hypothetical.
Right.
Just fun to think about.
It is fun to think about.
But we're just looking at patterns, drawing conclusions based on what we know.
And it's important to remember, these are real people with their own lives,
of course,
and their own complexities. We're just focusing on one aspect of Nicolas Cage, his relationships.
And through his relationships, we can learn a lot about him.
Yeah.
His values, desires, vulnerabilities.
It's a good reminder that even celebrities, with their larger-than-life personas,
we're human.
They're human too.
Dealing with the same stuff we are.
Yeah, navigating love, relationships.
Exactly.
Just like the rest of us.
That's what makes it so interesting.
Yeah, it makes them relatable.
It does.
Well, I think we've covered a lot today. From whirlwind romances to long-term commitments. Nicolas Cage's love life has been anything but boring.
He's an adventurous guy.
He is.
Willing to embrace the unknown.
And who knows what the future holds.
Right.
Maybe he'll settle down, find that perfect match.
A long, happy marriage.
Or maybe he'll keep surprising us.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
With more twists and turns.
He always does.
Yeah, one thing's for sure. Nicolas Cage will always keep us guessing.
He's unpredictable.
And
that's part of his charm.
So what are your final thoughts on Nicolas Cage and his wives? Did this deep dive change your perspective? Let us know in the comments.
And be sure to check out our other deep dives. We've got plenty more to explore.
Do you have any topic you'd like to have explained? Drop it in the comments.